What's up? My name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Prop by Infinite. Today, we're going to be talking about arranging your beats. So this is kind of like my typical template of how I go about arranging beats. So I'm going to show y'all how to make your beats not just sound like something that loops over for 2 minutes and turn it into something that actually sounds like a cohesive composition. So this beat that I do have right here contains a loop from Christy, so shout out to her. So I'm just going to drop all the sounds in real quick. If you don't know how to drop in all the sounds at one time, you highlight one of them, you hold down shift, and then you click on the other one. You can bring them all in just like that. And then same thing with the drums right here. So just click one, hold down shift, click the other one, bring it in. Now you got all your sounds right here. So when I'm not producing in double time, what I like to do is just get all the sounds together and copy it over until it hits the 33 mark right there. So the reason why I put it over to the 33 mark is because it allows us to have an 8-bar intro, an 8-bar hook, and then a 16-bar verse. And then we can just copy and paste it over from there. So it just makes everything super, super quick. So when it comes to the intros, I like keeping it pretty bare. Usually just the melody, then maybe a couple sound effects a little bit later on, and just throwing the tags in there too. So for this one right here, I am going to take out most of the sounds. Maybe like this. Just keep the piano in the beginning. And I'm going to take out a couple more sounds because when that little half point of the intro hits, I don't want too much going on. So we can just maybe keep it like this. So it'll just be the piano, the bell pad, violins, vocals, once that part comes in right there. And then I like starting off my beats like really smooth. So I'm going to take out all the drums for right here too. So it just starts off with that piano right there. So I don't want to put all the drums right here in the halfway point. So I'm just going to take out the rim, the hi-hats, the kicks, like the real essential sounds. I'm just going to leave in a couple of the sound effects that we have here. So now our intro sounds like this.
Christy made another one. Hey, go ahead, Infinite.
Alright, and then at this point, I usually always like to put in a riser, just so the transition from the intro into the hook always sounds more grand and bigger, and it just makes it have a harder drop when it comes in. So I put in this riser right here. Has a bunch of delay, a bunch of reverb on it, as you can see. And then I have it come into this hit right here with a lot of reverb and delay as well. And then for the hook, I usually like to keep it pretty simple, so I just put in all the sounds. So whatever main loop I made before I started tracking it out, that's usually going to be the hook right there. Because usually you want the hook to be the most biggest part of the beat, like the most grand part of the beat, the most full part of the beat. Now from the transition from the hook into the verse, what I like doing is taking away a lot of the sounds. So usually during the hook, people try to sing and do like something melodic, and when did they go into the verse, they usually start like rapping. So since they start doing all that like super hard rapping, I like to put as much attention onto the rapping as possible. So the way that I like to do that is I take out a lot of sounds when it goes from the hook into the verse. So something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right here gets super big and then really bare. So I take out all those sounds because now that the person's going to be rapping, I want all that focus to be on them. So I'm just like taking the beat away just so you can focus more on the rapper. And then I just gradually start bringing in the sounds again, just to kind of like build up the suspense like this. And then we're back into the beat. Now usually at the halfway point of the verse, I actually just use whatever the hook was, just because once you get to halfway around the hook, the listener could possibly be getting bored. So you want to bring the energy back up and make it really, really exciting for them. So I usually just bring in the regular hook, and I'll just like have it over here for the halfway point of the verse. And then what I do after that is start to take out sounds one more time, just so when the hook comes back in, you can have that hard drop one more time. Because if we have all the sounds right here, and then we transition to something that has all the sounds again, it doesn't sound as hard. But if we start getting rid of some of these sounds, maybe something like the synth bass halfway through, take out like the violins, the vocals, and the little 808 Mafia sound right here as well. And then maybe take away the bell pad right here and the harp. And then just cut out all the drums on this last part right here. See, it's like way more hard. And then after that, the drop seems way more impactful because you were able to take out some of them sounds and then bring them all back in, and it creates like tension. So we can actually take this a step further by putting a riser right there as well. So now when we copy over this riser and this impact hit, makes the impact that much harder. So those are little tricks that I like to do when I'm arranging and trying to make sure that all my drops are hitting. So just remember that it's okay to take out some sounds if you're going to bring them all back in, because you really want to make sure they're hitting like that. So now this is what the template looks like. So now that we have this right here, all we have to do is literally just copy and paste it over. And then now we have a intro, we have the first hook, the first verse, the second hook, the second verse, and the third hook. And then we can just copy over a couple sounds like this for the outro. And arranging can literally be that simple. So with that being said, my name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Pop by Infinite. If you like the video, hit the like. If you want to comment, throw a comment. If you want to sub, hit the sub. And then I also want y'all to comment what type of tutorials you want to see next from me. You know what I mean? I always take the suggestions. Always, always, always. I read every single comment. So let me know what you want to see from me next. Peace out.